Okay, so we're still motoring along, heading out of the Gulf. We've got as far as Adolphis Island, the north side of it. I've anchored here a few times. It's a bit of a breeze came up, bit of a headwind, so I usually pull in here. It's a pretty nice anchorage, very protected. So we've been doing about 5, it's just dropped a little bit, but I've had them up at 2,000 watts. There's the facts and figures there. I'll be able to look at this later, but they're still at 51.5 roundabout volts. I'm heading in, so yeah. What do we got? Drawing 36 of that, 50% roughly, so that's not bad. Half the battery, we've done about 5 hours steaming at around about 5 knots, which is just fine. What I would have done with the petrol motors anyway, so that's it. I guess this is the test. I'll put this bugger on and see if we can anchor it. We'll get this on properly. Standby, we'll just take it, throttle it back. So at about 850, we'll slow ourselves down a bit. Oh, it's going to be a bit of a trick. I've got the bread machine going and it's got 8 minutes to go, but it's drawing 50, oh no, it's got 5 amps at the moment. It was 50 something a minute ago. So hopefully it doesn't interfere with the anchor winch. That'll draw a little bit too. No, that's what these shakedowns are for, I suppose. See how things go. So probably anywhere around here is probably going to do just fine. Oh, geez, we're drifting in pretty rapidly. Alright, let's have a crack with these. Just doing it with the motors. I'll stop steering. Bung him in neutral. Another one in reverse. Getting a bit of a rev up. If you look at the mangroves, we've sort of stopped drifting a bit now. That's going to head up into the wind. That's neutral there, heading up into the wind. Probably pretty good. Look at that. We're still going ahead a little bit, but now, have a look right here. I haven't used the anchor in a fair while, so there you go. So we're drifting. Yeah, we're just slowly drifting back now. goes with the mountain behind. Hit the bottom now. I'll power forward a bit, try and turn it back into the wind. That's working nicely. So when we pull on it, we pull straight and not under the hulls. Alright, let's have a look. Let's have a look down here. Let's put your foot on the chain so you can feel it. If there's any rocks, I don't think so. Pretty muddy here. You still drifting? Yep. Still drifting. Oh, there we go. Hang on. Alright, it's pulled up. Have we pulled up? There we have. It's just so quiet. Normally the motors would be just like in neutral there, sucking up their own fumes, trying to fucking kill themselves. Cutting out, stalling because they're sucking up their own exhaust. And we've got this loveliness. Alright. I'm going to put a little bit more chain out. We're in 10 metres, that's about 40 metres of chain there. Those white paint marks are 10 metre marks. So I think if we pull up this time, that might be enough. Should be able to feel if it's dragging. There we go, taking it up now. Nice, I think that's pretty good. I'll put the bridle on it now and give it a yank just to make sure it's all set. Unreal, this got all twisted back in town, but anyway. There we go, that's pretty good. As soon as the train drops out like that, it means that the bridle's taken up the weight. I'll give it a bit of a yank, eh? Whoa, shit, don't do that. And we're still going backwards, are we? Yes, just. Oh, bread's ready. Perfect timing. I don't know if you heard that beeping, it was the bread machine. Alright, so we have the bridle there. We'll put them both in reverse, I suppose. Let's have a give it a bit of a yank. So about 2000. That bridle right out the front. We're not moving anywhere. I've anchored here many times. It's a good holding bottom. I've been through some big storms in the wet. Anchored here, so I'm not worried about the bottom. Pretty good mud. Alright, that seems to be tickety-boo. So what have we done? 25 nautical miles. Still at 52 volts, which is nice. And a 48 volt pack, that's not bad. I've turned the motors off too. You might have noticed I've just turned them off. Oh, we're pretty close to where we should be. 10 meters, that's nice. What's happened here? Wake up. Nice. I'll set an alarm on that in a minute. So that's that 5 hours we were going. 5 hours, 4 to 5 knots all the way. 23 nautical miles, and I've used, well, let's go and have a look at what I've used according to our batteryometers. There's our loaf of bread. A bit small, anyway. Now, that's made from bread flour that I've had stored for 2 years in a vacuum pack. Alright, 53.4 here. So we're close enough to 50% of the battery used. And that's the usual trip I would do with the petrol motors. 5 knots to top of Adolphis. So that's pretty good. Are you happy with that? And yeah. So the next job is to crack a beer, and then the next job will be to crack the generator out and see how long it takes me to charge them back up to 100%. Try and do both of them at once. I haven't done that yet, so I'm going to try to do both at once, and we'll see how that goes. But hopefully, well then I'll be able to know how much fuel I will have used with the generator, and it's still going to be way less fuel than I would have used with the petrol motors, but that's not really the point. It's just so nice and quiet and no fumes. It's beautiful. Lovely sunset coming up. Glad I got made these panels so I could angle them. It's catching a lot more sun like that. But and I didn't crack the sails out because we're pretty much going into the wind all day. Once we get past this point, I'll be hanging a bit of a righty, and hopefully whatever winds in the morning will be to my advantage, and I'll be able to sail across to, I'm not sure, Cape Domet or the Helby River, not sure yet, but anyway. Well, that was a good run. It was a good shakedown, had no problems. I think the port side motor did lose contact for a second. I went down, it wasn't running. I put the throttle in neutral and then put it forward again, it just came back to life. So I don't know whether that's just a communications problem, maybe. Not really sure, I haven't come across that, but it was easy to fix. You just put it neutral and put it back where you want it, and it started up again. So yeah, I'll keep an eye on that, because with the autopilot you're not always there, and you can end up, well, you'll hear the autopilot trying to fight the other motor, I would have thought. But yeah, lovely out here. Anyway, that's the shakedown for the first electric motor test. They're I had a look at them while we were going along. The water doesn't get very high, just as high as you can see there. That's as high as it ever gets. It bubbles around a little bit, but really there's no splashing or anything happening in there. Doesn't get any splashing because it's got a blanking plate sort of below it, so that's it. No There's no splashing, there was no cavitating, there was no undue noise. There is a vibration because it's a wooden hull, fiberglass hull, and it's contained in a box, and the motor does touch the edge of the wood, so there's a bit of a vibration you can hear through the hull, but compared to those screaming petrol things, nothing like it. These were bloody brilliant. So I'll haul these up now and for the night, get them out of the water. Yeah, and I've got to crack a beer before that sun hits the hill. Anyway, thanks again for watching. It's been a great day. Been really happy with everything that's gone on, so cracking a beer o'clock. See yous.